Hi guys. Hi everyone. Yeah, let me know if everything's working fine. I hope everyone is doing okay. And yeah, let's start this afternoon live. I'm just going to make a small recap of what we did so far. So for the moment, let's take a look at the design. So for the moment, we build the homepage and the navigation. Yesterday, we started doing the animation part of the homepage and of the header, and it was kind of a struggle. Yeah, I cut the live yesterday without showing how to animate the header, and I did some work after that to search and find solutions on how to animate the header, and I'm gonna show you what I've done so far and what's left to do. Yeah, so that's gonna be the first part of today's live. Then I just want to add the small videos right there on the homepage, because for the moment we haven't set these up, and I'm gonna finish animating the navigation and show you the solutions I found after the live yesterday. So let's start by doing a small recap. So let's start the dev server. So yeah, yesterday I stopped the live before I could find a solution on how to animate the header. Basically what we want to do is show different containers, different links, depending on the link we click inside the navigation. And we could have created, one function per link, but I wanted to create only one function that would work for every link. So that's what we did. And let me show you the code. So the code is right there. And so yeah, the goal is to be able to click on courses and display the courses div, the corresponding div. Then if I click back, I want to close that div. Same thing for the other links. Not the problem, but the difficulty we had yesterday was that I also want to be able to click on courses and then to click on community and product and so on. Anyway, and I wanted to use GSAP because I wanted to have this small animation right there, and so it was a whole struggle with timelines and so on. So what I finally did is that let me show you, is that I created 3 arrays. So the first one, I'm getting all of the elements with the class navlink toggle. So to be precise, these are these elements right there. So courses, community, products, and news. Then I created a second array with all the element section nav content, which are these elements. And a third array that's empty for the moment. And then I created a for loop, and basically for every nav link that I have, I created a new timeline, a new GSAP timeline. So when I click on the first link, I have my first timeline that plays, and basically this section right there shows on screen with the small animation. Then what happens is that if the animation has already played and I click on the link again, the animation is going to play in reverse. And so that was the first part. But then I wanted to check, okay, so do I have other timeline that are already playing or have been played? And if so, let's reverse all the timeline and play the last one I clicked on. I don't know if it's clear, but yeah, basically what's happening is that I click on this link right there. So I have the first timeline playing. If I click back, the timeline plays in reverse. If I click here, the second timeline plays. If I click back, the second timeline plays in reverse. But let's say I click on courses, the first timeline plays. And if I click on community, I'm checking, do I have any timeline that have been played already? So yeah, the first one. So let's reverse that one and then let's play the second animation, so I don't have any conflict between animations. Anyway, it's working fine. I also added some other animations for the different links. I only used CSS animation. I used CSS to do that. Let me show you. Yeah, so it's right there. So basically I'm creating an over animation on the parent, and then I'm saying let's not how can I say that in English? So I'm saying, okay, I want to add this effect on the parent element when I over the parent element. So let's say opacity 0.3, and then I want to make sure that I'm not applying this kind of style on the element I'm overing. So yeah, so we have this so far, which is kind of cool. So it's the same thing for the tablet, by the way. So now what we need to do, so we need to do two things for desktop. The first thing we need to do is that we need to be able to stop, the users can't scroll the page if the menu is open. So that's the first thing we need to do. And the second one, we want to add the possibility, to click on the background to close the menu, because sometimes, you open a menu, you want to go back and you just want to click wherever your mouse is at the moment. So yeah, first step on desktop, then we will create the animation on mobile, which will be much easier, I hope, and then we'll move on. Okay. So yeah, actually I wanted to add the videos on the homepage, but since we are talking about the header, let's move on to let's keep working on the header for the moment, and let's end the live with the homepage. Okay, so since I'm using Lenis, so I'm using Lenis as a smooth scroll. So for the moment I did not find any solution how to on how to stop the scroll with only CSS while I'm using Lenis. So what we need to do, Lenis give us a possibility to do Lenis, and I think it's stop or pause, stop. If I do Lenis stop, I just stop the scroll. So basically I want to call this method when the menu is open. But it gets a little bit more complicated than that, because since we'll be using Barba.js, I need to keep the scroll animation on the main.js, and actually I need to do that. I need to keep Lenis on the main.js file because I want to be able to stop it and to access it while transitioning to different pages. So I'm going to use session storage as a solution, and I think I'm going to I'll try to explain a bit less what I'm doing as I'm doing it and show you while doing it, if it makes sense. But yeah, let's just try something. So first, so if we take a look at the console, we can see that actually that's the opposite. Pause. So the scroll is gonna pause here, and if I click back, the scroll is going to be playing again. So that's where I'm gonna place my code, and we can see that it's working. Pause, and if I click back, play. Okay, perfect. So let's start Let's start by creating a new session storage key. So I can do that. So session storage, I'm gonna call it scroll, and I'm gonna call it play. Okay, so let's just take a look at what we have. So okay, so it's working. That's a good news. So every time I get on the page, the value of scroll is going to be play. So that's nice. And now let's see if I want to change the value. I think I can just write over it. So I'm gonna say pause, or maybe stop, and then I'm gonna say play. All right. So let's see what we have. So the scroll is set to play. If I click, it stops, stop, stop. If I click back, play. And let's say I do this, refresh, play. Okay, perfect. I can go to here and say let scroll equal, oh, and let's say constant. Let's say let, because scroll is going to change. But actually I don't think it matters that much actually, but okay. Oh yeah, but let's think. The thing is that we're going to call the main.js file at the beginning of the page, but not every time the value changes. Oh yeah, so maybe I can do okay. Okay. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Up. Hi. The course, when will it be available? So Alex said before summer. So it's April, May, June. Yeah, I guess in a couple of months. So yeah, end of June, beginning of July probably. We don't have an exact date for the moment, but he's working on it at the moment. So yeah. Let's do something that's not super pretty, but I see. No problem. No problem. Alright, so play, stop, play, stop. Okay, so not the prettiest solution right there, but still working, so let's not spend too much time on details today. Let's move on. So now I can say if I think it's start, else. Let's hope it works. So I cannot scroll anymore. Still can't scroll. And now I can. Okay. So that's good. Let's clean this. Right. Okay, so now when the menu is open, I cannot scroll the page. So that's nice. Let's add the possibility to close the menu by clicking on the background. And I think that in order to do that, I will need to add a background div. So yeah, quite simple. Let's do it right now. So I can say section nav content, or yeah, let's call this nav content and background. So let's give this an absolute position. Okay, and so I think that I can just add a line of code. I can say nav links y. Oh no. So document. No. Nav links y. Query selector. Add event listener, click, and then dot click. Something like that. Let's see if it works. Let's hope it does. Cannot read. Oh yeah, it's nav containers of y. Yeah. And so, okay. And let's say I click here. Nothing happens. Nav content wrapper. Oh yeah. Yeah. Let's give it height of auto, and let's give this height of 100. Not even. So let's give this a height auto. This as well, auto. And then I can do this. Yep. And so let's make sure I change the GZAP animation as well. So it's not block its flex now. Okay. I cannot scroll. Let's close this, and now I can scroll again. Okay, so we are done with the header for the desktop version, which is kind of cool. Yeah, yesterday was really was kind of hard, just finding the right logic. But I'm happy with the result now, so I can click here. I can hover. So we have really something clean, and yeah, I can either click back or just close by clicking wherever. So that's cool. And the cool thing now is that I can, if we want to add some links in the menu, I can just duplicate a nav link toggle, duplicate a wrapper that's right there, so a section here, and everything should be working fine, so that's good. So that's it for the desktop and the tablet version. So, yep. So let's do the mobile version now. And to do that, I'm gonna use GZAP Match Media to play different animations depending of, I don't know, but to play different animation depending of the width of the screen. So to do that, I can go back to, I can stay in header. I can do that. let's say match, let's keep mm, and I need just, so mean width, right, perfect. So yeah, let's remove this. Let's make sure everything works fine. So let's just call, let's create an animation to make sure everything's working. So I can say body, opacity 0, duration of 3, and let's give the opacity of 0.5 on mobile. Let's save. Hi, man. Yeah, so opacity of 0 on tablet and on desktop. And now if I go on mobile, let's refresh. I don't know why, but it's super zoomed. Yeah, 0.5. So it's working. So now I can add different code here and everything should be working. So basically everything we did for the moment is for the desktop version. So let's copy everything. Let's copy everything and let's put this here. All right. Let's clean the code a bit. Same thing for this. Yep. Okay. So that's start. Let's refresh. And yeah, as I said, the mobile animations are going to be much easier. So the goal first is to create the burger menu animation. So basically when we click on the burger menu, we want the menu to show, and then we want to be able to open and close the different toggles right there. Okay, so pretty simple. So let's take this. So basically we want to display the nav and we want to change the background of the navigation to 95. And I just like to try something. If I had some backdrop filter, okay, not too bad. And 95. Okay. So let's burger TL. So we want to okay. let's not add any easing for the moment. And now the nav link toggle, so let's say from, okay, let's see what we have. Let's go to a bigger phone. So yeah, nothing happened. Nothing happens. Oh yeah, well, of course nothing's happened. Nothing happens. I created the timeline, but not the event listener. So I can say, hi Emmanuel. Hope you're doing well. So I can say burger button, add event listener, and click. And we are going to reuse the code we used at the beginning. So basically we are going to check burger tail dot reversed. If so, we want to play it. Otherwise, we want to reverse it. And yep. Let's also add this. All right. Okay, so now it's working. Let's add a stagger to this. So let's say 0.1 maybe. So it's working in one sense, but not the other one. Let's check why. Yep, I think that's why. Okay, nice. Yeah, I don't know why, but we are losing the kind of... Have you already finished the static version? No, not yet. So I created the homepage and the navigation, and I'm animating the homepage and the navigation so that it's a bit more interesting. Because if I just, build all the pages at once, it's going to be a bit long and people are going to get bored. So yeah, doing the first part of the animation, then we'll build actually the project pages. So this one and this one is going to be pretty fast. I think I'm going to do this maybe this afternoon, depending on how many time I have left. And yeah, then we'll move on to this page, which is going to be some CMS. So these 4 pages are the same, and then the style guide, and finally the Fluent page. I'm not sure I'm going to do this page live. It's going to be pretty boring. And yeah. So yeah, let's continue. So yeah, as I was saying, it's kind of weird because you can see that we have some blur effect here, but I don't have it when on the live version, and I suppose it's because we are animating the opacity, and I don't know why, but it kind of break it. So, actually, let's try like this. Yeah, no, same thing. Okay. You know what? Let's just add a background, so I can say nav scroll, and background. And let's give it an absolute position. Again, 1, and let's give this a relative position of 5. So yeah, let's remove the background, let's remove the backdrop filter, and let's add it here. And hopefully it will fix it. So like this, blur, yep. Okay, so let's hide this, let's publish, and let's see. Okay, cool. It's maybe, yeah, it's maybe a bit slow. I don't know what you guys think, but let's divide the duration by 2. Usually I kind of love, you know, kind of long animations and nice easing, but when sometimes it's just too long and it gets boring. Yeah, maybe let's try this. Hi Vladimir, hi, hope you're doing well. Okay, so this I'm happy with. So now we want to create the toggle animation. And actually, yeah, we also want to block the scroll on mobile. So I can maybe take this and let's say if again. Oh, my bad. All right. And now, okay, let's see. Can still scroll, so if I click back, yeah, it doesn't change anything. Oh yeah, I know why. Let's add an event listener on this as well. So No error. Can still click. Let's see. Let's see if it's still working on desktop. Okay, so something's going. Alright. Again, not the prettiest solution, but again, it's working. I wasted too much time yesterday, so I want to move a bit faster today. Okay. So, is it working now? Yeah, it's working. Let's see on desktop. So I can scroll. Let's say I click. I cannot scroll. If I click back, I can. So okay. So good. So now the toggle animation. Ah yeah. So these. So let's say I give it a height of 0 with the overflow hidden. I still have this padding right there. But then if the height is auto. Okay. Can you tell me how to make this functionality when scrolling? Popular client. Can you tell me how to make this functionality when scrolling? What do you mean? Not sure. I understand what you want to say. So. Oh yeah. Again, if you want more explanation or if you want me to try and explain a bit more what I'm doing, just let me know. For the moment, since people are not speaking too much, I'm just trying to move on. But yeah, I'm targeting all of the toggles button right there, and my goal is to create, you know, an animation for each button when I click on them. So I can say, I can create a new timeline, so I can say let toggle TL equal timeline, and same thing, we're going to post it, and we're going to say set reverse to true, and then I can say 2, and it's going to be quite simple. I just want to change the height of the element, and I'm going to say set the height to auto, and I'm going to say duration 0.3, and I'm going to add an easing, is in out. Okay, and then I can say, oh yeah, I need to be careful because I want to get all of the nav link toggle and not only the title wrapper. So then I can say item query selector and this. Click. And then it's going to be a bit long. Let's put this in 2 lines. So let's get the let btn equal. Alright. And then I can say button add event listener click. Same thing as we did earlier and we did yesterday. Is toggle TL reversed? If so, we want to play it, and if not, we want to reverse it. All right, and it should be working, hopefully. Okay, so cannot read properties of null. So button add event listener. So they can't seem to find. Yep. So let's say query selector nav link. Oh no. So this is good. So they can't seem to find the button. So let's see if we can find something when we console log it. So yeah, I have an element. So that's good news. And let's just say click, see if it works. Okay. It doesn't. Kind of weird. Let's try like this. So why is it not working? So let's take everything from the beginning. So if I say item, add event listener, just click. Let's see if it works. So it should be working. Okay. So it's working, so that's good. So let's console log the item itself. Nav link toggle. Okay, and now if I say item query selector, and I want to target this. So it's working as well, fine. Can I target this now? Okay, so I can. And we can see we have. Okay. So we did find something. We did find something here. So if I say that, then click. That's so weird. Oh yeah, my bad. No, actually, nav link toggle, and if I do something like gsap, same thing. Okay. So let's take a moment to think. Oh yeah, I know why. Okay. Yeah, okay. So the problem is that this element right there is part of as the class nav link toggle, but we don't have any we don't have nav toggle content. We don't have any element with this class inside of this parent element. So that's why we have the error message. So let's just add a modifier again. So nav link toggle, and we can call. What can we call them? Oh yeah. Let's just say drop down, so we know what to use them for. So drop down, and drop down. Okay, perfect. Was that the problem actually? Anyway, let's see if it works. So let's say button add event listener. Let's say click. And again, this right there is item query selector. So we are targeting this. we are targeting this, and we are not targeting navlink toggle, but we're targeting navlink toggle dropdown. Let's add a console log. Let's make sure it's working. Please no error. Okay. Click, 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 click. Perfect. So now we can say again, is the toggle tail reversed? If so, let's play it. If not, let's reverse it. All right. And it should be working. So let's try. So the first animation is working fine. All right. Maybe a bit too fast. Let's try 0.6. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so now let's fix the styling issue we have. So maybe the problem is coming from here. Okay, let's do that. I think I know the solution, so let's add 0.6 EM like that, and I can remove it here. Perfect. Okay, so we need more padding here, but here is fine. You know what? Last and 1.25 REM. Alright, now if I put back the height to 0, perfect. Let's display this. And it should be okay. All right. Okay, perfect. And let's add really small animation to the vertical line. And so I can say button, query selector, and I want to target the vertical line. And let's just scale it. So scale Y to 0. And maybe this is enough. Let's do it at the same time. All right, nice. I think that if everything's open, okay, I can't scroll. Let's see. Let's display the nav. Let's open everything. So let's say auto to everything. So here I can scroll. So So normally this shouldn't be an issue. What I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna leave it that way for the moment. I'll check on my phone at the end of the day. We're gonna publish the code actually. So if you guys are interested, you would be able to see the animation on your computer and to access the website on your phone as well. So yeah. All right, so for the moment, the header is done. So it was actually quite a big part of the website. I'm really happy it's done now. Maybe something I could improve a bit is the fact that since we have two divs animating at the same time, the background gets a bit darker when I go from one nav to another. So if I'm on community and click on courses, we can see that the background gets a bit darker and then comes back to its original color. And I think I can change it by changing the easing of the different animations, but I'm gonna leave it that way for the moment and move on to the next thing. This is gonna be details I'm gonna handle at the end. Okay, so that's kind of cool. The links are working, the menu is working, the home page is animated. The only thing missing for the moment are the videos here. So right there. Since we're using the CMS functionality, we're gonna need to host our videos somewhere else. So I'm thinking about Dropbox, and yeah, let's move on, and let's hopefully move to something a bit funnier than the navigation animation. Anyway, so let's go. So I have my collections right there with the different projects. Let's just add a new field. Yeah, I don't have it for the moment. I have video number 1. Oh yeah, no, I have it actually. Perfect. So let's see what we can do. All right, let's just add a new folder and let's call this one website assets. And I have some videos right there. So I need the one from Last Prisoner, from Rose Island, and from También. So let's check. So okay. So this one, and we don't have the one from the first project because it's not done yet. Yep. The two videos are kind of heavy, so let's compress them first. Let's go. I think I have a. Oh no, it's this. Let's try to compress them a bit. Okay, so let's go with Rose Island. So for the moment, yeah, it's way too heavy. So let's scale it down. So maybe, yep. Let's see. yeah, the video is 1 minute long, so it's gonna be way too long. So the file is heavier after compression. That's the first. All right, let's reduce the length of the video. Let's not bother too much. 1 minute is too long. Up. Let's keep this because it's nice. All right, let's cut it in half. And let's see. Maybe I'll scale it. Alright. Okay. Yeah, it's better, but it's still not great. It will do. It's gonna be fine for the time being. Let's just check that the quality is not too shit. Well, this ain't great, but this ain't too bad either. Alright. Let's check with Tandem. Let's upload the video. Tandem should be... Alright, let's see how they behave on the website, and then if we need to do some changes, we'll make them. Okay. So I think that you guys know, but for those of you who don't know, there's a really cool method and a cool way of implementing video inside Webflow by using Dropbox, and you can put host your videos on Dropbox, get the link of the video so I can copy Dropbox links, and then I need to change the www by DL, and then I have the Dropbox player, and I can use this link as a source for my website. Oh, I already have the video. Great. Well, perfect. So everything I did was useless because I already did that and I forgot. Perfect. Let's move on then. Oh yeah, let's do this. Okay, so let's add an embed. So embed, then let's give it an absolute position. Actually 50%. 50%. Will the code be open source? Yes, I think it already is. Well, I'm gonna keep the code, public, but you can find it on my GitHub. The repository is public. También 2023 JS. So yeah, you can check the code here. For the moment, the code has not been updated, but at the end of the stream I will commit and push all my code so that you'll be able to see it and reuse it if you want to. Okay. Let's not bother, let's just copy this code right there. And I'm gonna say class in its own project and video. All right. Let's remove the type for the moment. Let's just save and see how everything is behaving. Maybe 10. This is 5. This is 1. Okay. Oh yeah, I think I know why it's not working. Let's take the tandem video for the example. No, I don't have it. Perfect. So let's take the Rose Island. And let's do this. Let's do the same thing for the tandem video. I'll change it when everything is it's gonna work. Yeah, my bad. Okay. Let's see if I do object fit. I think I can use this for the video as well. Let's do contain, for example. Doesn't change anything. All right. And if I say cover, well, anyway. Let's do this and let's put the code in the CSS. Keep our CSS at the same place, right? And so the width is 464 and the height is 290. So yeah, let's say 29. Okay. I think I need to add one more field, and it's gonna be a switch, and I'm gonna say display video on home page. And by default it's gonna be off, and for these 3 projects I'm gonna turn it on. Okay, so on, Okay, perfect. And let's add a filter to this element, so a conditional visibility, and let's say is set to on. All right. Let's do this. And so I can add, I can add autoplay to the video element, and the video will be playing automatically. The thing is that, again, since we're gonna use Barba.js, we need to use some JavaScript to launch the video. Let's keep autoplay for the moment, just so we can resize the element a bit. Yeah, maybe that's better. Okay. So let's save and close. Let's publish. And now what I want to do is that I want to target every element. So let's go back to our code. So I have my cursor animation, and now I can say so video player. I'm gonna say by the way, at the beginning of the project I said that I wanted to only use const instead of let, and I've been using let, right there, and so many times during the project, so it's kind of a failure, but that's not really a big problem. Anyway, so let's query selector all actually, and maybe I can target them. I can target this, and I can say videos for each, and item dot play. And I think it should be working if I check the code. Failed, the user didn't interact with the document first. Oh yeah. So I think if I add muted, it should be fine. Let's hope. Yeah, it's working. Working with videos is always kind of a struggle in Webflow. Well, I like to work with video because it's kind of different, but yeah, there's a lot of things we need to do in order to make it work properly on a website. So yeah, so we have our videos right there. So it's the same for the moment, but we just need to change the content, which is cool. And our homepage is done. So that's cool. That's cool. All right. Let me know if everything is clear, if you have any questions, if you missed some steps, and you would like to know what we did. Otherwise, I'm just gonna keep going, and I'll move on to, I think, the project pages. Well, the project page, actually. Yep, that's what we'll do. let's see the grid. So very simple. So yeah, let's do that. So let's create a new page. Let's call this one project. Body project. Okay, I can create a new folder. I only need one file because I don't have any scrolling animation, so that's kind of cool. So project. And let's just export the function, export default and project. All right, let's come to our main.js file. Let's duplicate it, but this time I want to check if I'm on a project page. Right. And actually, okay, let's call it work instead of project. And let's create a new symbol. And let's call this header, actually. All right. Perfect. Okay. So we're good to go. Let's start by building the page. I'm gonna call say work hero wrapper. I'm calling the section hero even though that's gonna be the only section we have on the page, but it doesn't really matter. So work hero wrapper. And very simple, we could use the row and call elements. Using a div will be easier in that case, especially since this is a CMS collection. So yeah, so let's, should this be a, no, let's add a grid inside of it. And let's say work hero, and let's say grid. So 120. Yeah. 25. Okay. Perfect. Okay, let's say work hero and then grid element. And actually this was kind of a mistake, so let's say collection. And yeah, let's do it like that. And this is going to be a grid. Okay. And okay, let's say work hero image wrapper. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Then so the name, yeah, no, this. I don't remember if I have this kind of style somewhere else on the website, so I just want to make sure. No, yeah, this in 14 pixels. So let's say it's going to be title, bold. Perfect. All right. Okay. And we're done. Actually, we have a bit more to do, but yeah, this page is going to be way easier than what we did until now. So let's check the iPad version. Yeah, it looks good to me. Let's maybe add a bit of padding, so maybe 10 and 10. Yeah. And now on mobile, let's just do this and this, 100%. So 100 divided by 16. So this is 85 divided by 16. Let's say 5. Let's put a bit less. Yeah. Sometimes it's nice to be pixel perfect, and sometimes it's nice to kind of see things look, and it felt a little weird here, so I added a bit more space and maybe less space at the bottom of the page. Oh no, actually no, same thing. Okay, so cool. Let's publish, and we'll move on to the animation part. So we are going to have two types of animation for this page. We have some projects that are available right now, and there's projects we are still working on. So some projects are going to be available soon, and some other will be available right now. And what we want is kind of I don't know how to say that, but let's do this. So we have 6 images per project, and basically when we hover the project, we want to display all of the images. I don't know if it's clear, but that's what we want to do. Yeah, let's go back. Let's take this. Let's take the correct one. Okay. So I think the projects are ready. No, they are not. So Rose Island is ready, so we'll work with Rose Island. And actually, let's also change the order of the collection. So let's sort order, and I have no order field here, smallest to largest. Perfect. So let's start by duplicating the image. So I have the thumbnail, 2, 3, 4, and then I have this. The problem is that the thumbnail sometimes matches another image we have, but sometimes not. So let's take image number 4, 5, 6, and 7. I don't have any, it's not the 7, it's the 6. Perfect. Okay, so let's give let's change the position to absolute, 0, 0. Let's change this to relative. Perfect. And let's change the display to none, except for the first one. All right. Let's publish. And let's go to our code. Let's start by importing GZApp. All right. All right. So let's start by getting all of our elements. So let's do this. I'm gonna say let project equal. All right, and then I can do project for each. And let's create a timeline. So again, let's pause it. Let's say paused true, reversed true, and now let's say 2. And basically, we want to get all of our images. I'm gonna say display block with a small delay, maybe 0.5. And oh no, let's not give any delay, let's say stagger and let's say 1. And let's see if it works first, and let's see what we can do. Now let's say project for each. No, let's say item, add event listener, and then mouse enter, and project.tl.play. Or yeah, let's say play, and we'll see. Okay, so nothing happens. Maybe if I save, still nothing. Let's add a console log. Let's see if the over works first. And okay, so it works. Yeah, no, let's not say reverse actually. Let's just keep it that way. So, oh yeah, okay, so now I have something. So it works, but not exactly. Okay. So we can see that. Okay. I just want to check something. So the second one is this one. So, right. Three. Ah, yeah, okay. 4, 5, 6, and so this is a video, so 2, 3, 4, no, so 3, 4, 5. Okay, so okay. It works, but I have a very small delay at first, and I don't know why. Oh yeah, I know. No, I don't know why. Okay, so we are going somewhere, so that's cool. Maybe let's add a bit of space between. Okay. Okay, and let's add something on mouse leave. So I want to say mouse, let's pause this. So let's pause the timeline. And now I can say, actually, let's do something like that. And then images for each image. Image.style.display equal none. And so that way, so let's remove this and let's see what we have. So when I hover, the animation plays. When I hover out, it stops. So that's nice. So I can, you know, stop it whenever I want. If I hover out and hover in again, the animation restarts from the beginning. But now what I want, so by adding these lines of code, all the images have a display of none except for the thumbnail. So I think that's what we want. And something else is a link. So let's say link block and work your create link. To the current project. Let's give it a width of 100%. I think we have a... let's change the opacity of the text as well. So let's say 2. Let's take a look. Yeah. Yeah, again, I need to do this a bit differently. Let's see. Okay, and let's say title dot style all right. Perfect. That's maybe 0.1 to have something a bit faster. Okay. So that was the first animation. Now we have another one to create. and I don't know how I'm gonna do it for the moment. So maybe the I think that the easier solution would be to add just a div over the link. Yeah, let's try. Let's do it, and I'll explain as I'm doing it. It's gonna be easier. So let's say I do this work hero, and how can I call that? I'm gonna say cursor. It's not really the cursor, but it's a way for us to block our cursor. So let's give it a width of 100%, same thing for the height. Let's change the position to absolute, set index of 10. This is going to be relative with the set index of 5. And basically what we want is a background with a small opacity, so 40%. And inside, we want that available soon. All right. So 13 pixels, bold, uppercase. Let's give it a small padding up so that the text looks center here. Okay, and let's change the cursor to this. Let's not change the cursor for the moment. Let's see how it behaves on the page. Let's give it a no. Let's just say display none. And first, let's give it a conditional visibility. So let's say if the project is available soon, we want to show this. So we can see that I have a few projects that are not available for the moment. And let's change this. Okay. I'm thinking because the thing is that well, let's try and see, and I think we'll have to do some small modification, but not a lot. First, let's put this. So it's working. So all right, and now let's say that when I over this, well, let's give it a. So what I'm afraid of is that we're gonna have a conflict between the two animations. Because the goal for this div is to block the second over animation, but I'm not sure it's gonna work that way. So okay. It looks like a lot of code for just trying something, but it's okay. So let's over this. Let's call this test. test. Hi Ahmed. Hi. Okay. And let's say from and display none. I missed last episode. That's okay. Yesterday was kind of rough. We did the beginning. We animated the homepage, and we started animating the header, which was way harder than I thought it would be. So yeah, yesterday not wasn't fun. But anyway, we finished animating the header this afternoon, and now we are doing the project page. And I think that what I'm doing is working, which is kind of cool. And see, if I say mouse leave, and I can reverse it. I don't know why I have kind of a small delay. So duration 0. Nope. Actually, I don't even need GZAP for that. I can say, so let's code project links. All right. And let's call this one project. And so project for each item, and I can say let's do let cursor equal this. By default, let's say we don't want to show it, or do we? No, let's hide it by default. All right, and then I can say just cursor.style.display and equal flex. And then display none. Okay, so let's see. Oh. I'd like to see what happens if I put Rose Island, you know, if I change this, okay, it's working great. Let's put Rose Island back here as available, and maybe let's change the opacity. 40 seems doesn't seem to be enough. Well, let's just try and we'll see. All right. Or maybe. Yeah, no, that looks weird. Oh yeah, my bad. Let's say 60. Okay, let's hide that. Oh, the problem with this method, I think, is that... Well, no, we don't have any problem, actually. So, working fine on desktop. The thing is that on mobile, I think that on tablet I need to change the display to flex. By the way, let's reduce this. Let's say 1 REM. Let's change this as well. Let's put 1 and 1. Okay. Okay, so I think we are good. I think we're good. So I don't even need that. And yeah. So the home page is done, as the project page is done as well, which is kind of cool. Okay. I just have something a bit weird here. So the question, oh yeah, current. It's always kind of a pain in the ass. 0.3. Okay, so now it's good. So yeah, we have the home page right here with the videos, the cursor. I don't know why sometimes I have some issues scrolling to the bottom. I think I know why I have a problem. Let me try something. So I think that the SVG is taking a bit too long to load, and so it offsets the scroll by a little bit. Let's check if I am right. Am I? I think so. Well, it's starting to look like something. Actually, yeah, no. I kind of like this page. It's very simple, but I don't think we need more. Small effect. Then if I come back to the home page, let's scroll. Yeah, okay. Let's reduce the height just a little bit, and I think, yeah. Okay, perfect. Oh yeah, let's make sure. Okay. Let's give it a height of 35. Little bit less on mobile. Okay. It's coming along. Yeah, finally. Finally. Well, I mean, at the end I've been only working on it for 4 days, and the fact that I'm doing it live makes the process a bit longer, but it's always pleasant, you know, to see a website starting to look good. So I'm kind of happy with it at the moment. I'm super happy about the navigation animations. It was such a struggle to do that, but yeah, starting to look at something. That's cool. So I think I will keep going a bit for for a bit more today. I think I'd like to build this page. This won't be long, and we don't have any animations on it. So yeah, I think that if I build this today, it will be cool. So yeah. Okay, so let's keep going. So this page will be pretty simple. The only thing we need to be aware of is that using 100 VH as the height might be a problem, because sometimes, you know, the user, sometimes the height is not enough, but we'll see. Okay, so project template. As always, main, then section, then container, then we have our I like to call this case study, so CS, and I'm gonna say CS to keep it coherent with what we did earlier. Okay, so let's change the tag to a main tag. Let's change this to a section. And again, let's do, well, let's say body and body CS for case study once again. Okay, so let's publish. Let's take a look at our code. Let's create a new folder. Let's call this one CS, and then cs.js function. Okay. Yeah, and let's call the right function. And okay, so now my code is working. Okay, let's move on. So I think we are going to use a grid. Well, I'm not even sure. Yeah, no, this is not going to be a grid, because these are not all images. We have some videos as well, so it's not going to be a grid. Okay, so let's just start building. So here I have a 66 pixel padding at the top, so maybe I can say 55 divided by 16. Let's say 3.4. Flexbox or CSS grid. Well, it depends. So for example, for this layout, I use the grid because this is a CMS collection, so I used a grid to make everything easier. So if I add or remove any project, the grid stays the same. But in that case, so if this, if all the elements right there were images, I would use a grid. But since I have some videos, I'm going to use rows and calls. You know, the call system we use at También, so I can say row and then I can say call. But I don't even need to give it a class. I can just duplicate it, and then I can say let's just add a wrapper, so CS hero, and I'm gonna say media, well, not media, because this, let's say images container. All right, and then I can say CS hero image wrapper. Let's add an image. Image number 1. So 100%. The height is 212, so say 13. And then cover. And so yeah, I'm gonna use this this method. I'm gonna give a bit more padding. It's too much. All right, and I can just duplicate the row like that, and let's add some wrapper, hero, and then row wrapper. All right, perfect. So this is gonna be a video, and this as well. So this is the image number 1. This is the image number 2, 3, 5, and 6. And let's rename this because I haven't done it yet. Let's just call it CS hero image. Okay. Right. Again, I really should remember this, but let's just copy and paste it as it's faster. Let's say muted. Let's give it a class. And CS hero and video, just like that. Then let's do something like image video number 1, the live will be available on your YouTube channel later on. As soon as the live is done, you can watch the replay on the YouTube channel. Well, let's. I just want to make sure I'm not saying. Let's take a look. También. Yeah. Yeah, we have all the episodes right there. I'm gonna work on I'm gonna see with Alex, but we'll try to do a better job to change, the thumbnails and the title, so you can see what we do in each videos. But yeah, you can access everything. Yeah. Okay. So I removed the type element on the home page because I didn't know if it would be coherent with the fact that we are using a Dropbox player, but I'm gonna keep it, and I'll do some research after the live to make sure everything's fine. Let's save. Okay. Let's just take this and change our CSS. So, okay, perfect. Oh, maybe we should do this. And now we want to take the video number 2. Let's autoplay the video here so we can resize everything if we need. But actually, let's just autoplay this one. So maybe the elements, let's reduce the height just a little bit. So 12.5, and same thing for here. So 12.5 REM. Okay. Okay. And I can, 4, 3, 3, and 2. So I can say code LG4. Okay. Let's change, so let's add some small padding here and a margin on the top. And so now I can add a border top. Right, better. Okay, CS error, I'm gonna say info. I don't even know if I need a wrapper for this. Let's not put any. CS error. Info info title. And there's actually a problem. No, there's no problem, but we need to make sure of something. Is that we want to add an H1 on our page, because yeah, with this kind of layout, it's easy to forget to add an H1, but it's still very, very important. So yeah, so let's say 14 divided by 16 rem. All right, bold. Then I have my description, info text. Right. And then I have the link. So okay. Let's just add a modifier to change the opacity. Let's say 50%. So category, scope, and team. All right. Text, perfect. Up. Yeah. Let's align start. Doesn't change anything, perfect. Let's see. I don't really know why. Actually, let's duplicate this and let's call it description. And let's call this one text and keep it that way. Maybe the line height is not the same. Yeah, 1 and 1.4. So let's say 1. Okay, it doesn't change anything. Nice. Well, maybe the alignment is good. I don't know. Okay. Let's move on and let's see. bit later. Yeah, I don't know why, but it doesn't feel perfectly aligned. Is that better? Well, no, it seems looks like it's okay, so perfect. Then the scope. Then the scope, and then we have the theme. Perfect. And yeah, I don't have any other choice than to use rich text element. But that's okay. So say scope old, theme old. Okay. Okay, so let's do it like that. Okay, let's do some quick modification. Rich text. Okay, so I just want to modify this, and I think I can target all unordered list nested inside the element with the class of CS hero info rich text, and let's just say no bullets, which is fine, and 14 divided by 16 REM, perfect. And let's say 1.4. Let's check on tablet. Is this 125 REM? And on mobile, 125. Okay. Okay, good. So we can come back now. Is it something I need to do inside the the CMS? Let's take this. Well, you know what? Up. Let's come back to the style guide. Yeah, let's just add some text. So this is some text, this is some text, and this is some text. Oh. So yeah. Perfect. Okay. Let's add this. Get URL. Perfect. And now we only need to add one button at the bottom. And we are good to go. So let's do CS hero button wrapper. And let's give it a min height of 100 pH. Just like that. Maybe like that, yeah. Oh yeah, no, I know. Let's say CS hero and top row, like that. And it's top rows. And so now I can do this. Perfect. Some small padding at the bottom, 30. So let's just say 2 REM. And let's add a button. Link block. Then a paragraph, button text, project. All right. And we are good for the desktop, at least. Let's take a look at what it looks like yeah, on tablet. Maybe one thing I'd like to see is that, let's just duplicate it. Okay, so I can just, okay, so perfect. Okay, so that's cool. Now on tablet, maybe let's just say call md, so 4. Let's say 2. Uh, 6, sorry. Right, same thing for here, and same thing for here. And let's change the height of the element. So, yep, 25. Yeah, let's double it actually. And that's not something I usually do. So I really don't like to add modifiers or different classes to the call element. So maybe I can do that. So let's just add the bottom margin times 2 rem, like that. Let's add it here as well. Just to be sure, let's add some padding at the top. Let's check how much padding we have on the work page. Yes, 10 and 10, so we'll reuse those values, and 6.5 on mobile. So, okay, I think I can keep this section as it is. Let's add some padding here, maybe a bit more. The goal is to separate, you know, the button from the rest. So yeah, maybe like that. Okay. And we have the mobile version, so let's take a look. So we have this on the top. This. We don't have the category. And all right. So let's start by doing call XS12 to every element. Perfect. Same thing for here. Call XS12, 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 XS12. Let's change the height of the element. So 227, but I'm gonna play the video so I can make the proportions right, so we can see the whole video. So the video is not cropped. So let's go and add autoplay again. And I think that we used 14. Yeah, 13 might be better. Okay, 13 might be better. All right. right, and now let's reverse this. So I think if I do something like that, and then fuck, perfect. So let's remove the padding, let's remove the top border as well. And so I can hide this call by doing call XS, oh no, just XS hide. And then I can say call XS6, same thing for this one, call XS6. And this one is going to be call XS12. So it's taking the full width. This is not quite taking the full width of the screen, but almost, so maybe let's say 90. And yeah, 65. So let's just let's add a div here and say CS hero yep. Oh, made a mistake. It's the bottom. It's a bottom border. So 40. Okay. Maybe reduce. No, it's good. So it's a small detail, but to make the line full width, I think what I can do is that I can add a negative margin that's equal to the width of the container left and right padding, so something like that, and then add the padding inside my element. And here we are. Okay. So let's change this one. Perfect. And let's say one here as well. Let's eyeball this part because we don't have the button on the design, but something like that should be okay. And then let's add some padding again. So 65 as well. So let's reuse 4, sorry, for REM. And yeah. Let's not do that. Let's take this. All right, perfect. Perfect. Last thing we want to do is that we want to launch the video. We want to play the video when we arrive on the page. And since, as I said earlier today, since we're going to use Barba.js, we need to do it automatically. Well, we need to do it manually. And I'll explain why when we get to the page transition phase. But yeah, what I can do is that I can take those two videos. So I can say let videos equal and my bad. Okay. Oh yeah, no. And I think so. It's working, but I need to loop the video. So if I say loop, it should be okay. And I will need to do that on the home page as well because I haven't done it. So yeah, now the video is looping, so that's perfect. Let's do that on the home page as well. So the mobile version looks cool as well. I can still open the menu. Yeah, our animation are still working, so that's cool. If I hover this, we have the button animation. So yeah, let's just add the loop here. And after that, I'm gonna stop for today. I just want to publish my code. So, you know, for the moment. So let's take a look at the custom code. So for the moment, I'm using, you know, a local server as my as a source for my JavaScript. So the site works fine on my computer when the local server is running. But let's say I want to show the work to Alex, or you want to send the website to a client, or you just want to publish the website for everyone to see. We need to host our code somewhere else. And to do that, we are going to use Netlify. Yeah, we have an account. And what I'm going to do is that I'm going to click to add new site. But first, let's go to GitHub desktop. Let's start by doing this. So we can see that we have a lot of, well, let's take everything back. So when I started the project, I created a new repository on GitHub, and we can see that the initial commit was made yesterday. So if I go to the source folder in my repository, I don't have anything. So if I want to apply the changes and to push my code to GitHub, I can use GitHub desktop. And to do that, it's very simple. So let's add a small summary. I can say maybe homepage, nav, and project animation. Something like that. I'm going to commit my code, and then I'm going to push it. It's taking a bit of time because I have quite some files. Now we can see that the numbers that we had right there disappeared. And if I refresh my repository now, why not paste inside Webflow? So yeah, and now we can see that we have our files and folder. And so it's a good question actually, Ahmed. And so if you are watching on YouTube, I'm just going to, for the people watching the video on YouTube later, the question is, why not paste the code inside Webflow? So for a few reasons. The first one is that the process is easier that way. I think it would be kind of a, it wouldn't be very convenient, to take my code to work there, then to take my code and paste it inside Webflow. The second reason is that Webflow has a character limitation of 10,000, I think. So for small project it's okay, but if you have a big website with a lot of things, a lot of custom code, you will be limited. And the third, so I have a lot of reasons. The third reason is that I'm using, as you saw, I'm using the npm method to install dependencies and modules. So I'm using gzap, for example. So let's, so I'm using gzap. So to install gzap, I can use the CDN link, but it's easier for me to use the npm method. I need to go to my terminal, say npm i gzap, and then gzap is installed. Then I import it in my code, and this method does not work if I'm using the Webflow custom code editor. And the last reason, and a big reason as well, is that it's it's much more pleasant to work inside real code editor than inside the Webflow code editor. So yeah, this method that I'm showing you is, in my opinion, better. I like it better. If you want to work locally and then paste your code inside Webflow, you can totally as well. Just make sure to use CDN links to install modules, and it should be fine. So yeah, so now that my repository is up to date, I can go to Netlify. Let's create a new site. Let's import an existing project, and what's cool is that I can use GitHub as a provider. So now I can select a repository. So I'm going to choose this. I'm going to deploy. And now we can see that the site deploy is in progress. So let's just take a look at the domain settings. In option, I can edit the site name, and I'm going to call this También 2003 GS. Let's save. Let's go back to site overview. So let's take a look at this. So we have a page not found, which is normal, but if I say main.js after, we can see that we have a lot of code. And what I'm going to do is that I'm going to copy this URL right there. I'm going to go inside my Webflow code editor. I'm going to comment this up. So make sure to comment it. And I'm going to create a new script tag. And as a source for this script, I'm going to use the link I just copied. Let's do that. Let's save. Let's close this. Let's publish. Let's refresh. Now we can see that we don't have the local server sending a message to the console to say it's connected, but I still have my animations. And so, yeah, that's very practical. And now, every time I'm going to come back and work on the project, I'm going to go inside the custom code. So this, I'm going to, if I want to work locally, I'm going to comment this script tag and reuse the local server as a source. And once I want to publish my changes and publish the website, I'm going to go back to the Netlify link as a source. I hope it makes sense. And now what's cool, what's super cool, is that let's say I want to change my code or whatever, I can add a console log. Let's add it at the beginning so I don't forget. Let's say I'm doing some modification on my code. so I'm adding a console log or whatever. If I want to push my code and update my website, I can go to GitHub Desktop. We can see that I have one changed file. We can see that I added this line of code. So let's commit this change and push my code to GitHub. GitHub is connected to Netlify, and now Netlify is going to redeploy the website. And we can see that now. Let's refresh. Well, the changes are really not heavy, so it should be done fast. But yeah, now we can see that our website is building. So it's going to take maybe 30 seconds. So this is still building. Uploaded and published, and now my code has been updated, and we can see that we have the hello world right there. So very practical, really cool. I use it all the time. I love it. Ahmed is asking, is there any performance advantage to it? Performance wise, I don't know. I know that we have good performances on the website. So we build some websites using this method, and they all have good performances. So I don't know if it's better, but it's working fine for us. And I think that I don't want to... This I'm not sure, but we can see that our code has been minified. So if I take a look, main.js, you know, I don't have any spaces, I don't have any line breaks or so on. So this is the source I'm using for my JavaScript. So I think it's better to use this than to have a thousand of, or not a thousand, but a dozen of CDN links of different sources and so on and so on. And now I only have one JavaScript source, one JavaScript file, and it's working great. So yeah. And yeah, I'm going to end the stream soon. I just want to end today by saying that this method has been created again by Armand Saleh. He has a GitHub right there, and yeah, the repository is this one. You have a full documentation right here. So you can use this template. I just created my own because I wanted something a bit different that suits the need we have at También a bit better. So you can use the one from Armand, you can use this one, Webflow JS template, and it's great. I like it a lot. So yeah. I hope the live today was cool. I really enjoyed doing it again. It was really fun for me. I hope for you too. I will see with Alex. I don't know if we are doing... I don't know if we're doing another live tomorrow afternoon, or maybe at the end of the week. I don't know how we're gonna do it. But we'll tell you guys on Twitter or on the Discord if you are interested in following me while I build the rest of the website. Anyway, thank you very much, guys. Have a great afternoon. Thanks for watching, and yeah, see you. Bye.